After high school, I went to CSM to get my general ed because I didn't quite know where I was going to go. So I was there doing my general ed, and I was not the biggest fan of school. I always had a tough time. I struggled with dyslexia my whole life. So going through CSM kind of gave me a chance to figure out what I wanted to do. From there, I decided, well, this general ed stuff just isn't inspiring me. I got to go after something that I can really get behind. So that's why I bounced around a bunch of community colleges. I went to Skyline College because I was really into building cars. And I said, okay, well, I want to get into the automotive program. And I was there, spent a lot of time there, and I actually built an engine. I built a car and had a ton of fun. But at the end of the day, I decided, well, I don't want to do oil changes on a Honda Civic the rest of my life. I don't want to be changing somebody's brakes all the time. I want to do something more. I want to be able to build something. I want to design something. So I ended up going to De Anza College. They have a good CAD program for computer-aided design. I said, okay, well, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go out, actually design these parts. And I want to, have my creative ideas, out there in the world. Well, at the end of the day, you create a 3D file and you hit save. It just wasn't very satisfying. So I said, there's got to be something more to this. So it turns out they also have a CNC machining department. So I was able to go in there and say, okay, well, I like the hands-on, I like designing things, and now I actually get to build the things that I designed. I get to manufacture these parts, try them out, and put them together and see how they work. So that's kind of my education experience. Is I didn't really, I think the standard path that most people take was not the path for me. So I kind of made my own way, and along the way I found out what I liked, what I didn't like, and found my way around. And then I ended up deciding, well, okay, I need to get more experience. I need to, these classes are cool, but I need to actually do something. So I went on Craigslist, searched Craigslist for a long, long time. Used all the skills that we got in the Business Technology Academy, got my resume out there, set everything up, went out there and found a job on Craigslist. It was like a machinist apprentice, 20 hours a week, at this startup company. I said, okay, well, that sounds awesome. It's extremely difficult to find opportunity just 20 hours a week. So I went in there, and it turns out it was like this aerospace startup full of like all these extremely smart Stanford people. So it's just, me and these Stanford people, and I'm out there working in the shop, working with a machinist, working with a technician who used to put together 747s. And we're out there building spacecraft. So it was extremely awesome opportunity. Turned out spending way too much time there. Ended up working like 60 hours a week for a number of years. Decided, I didn't quite have time to continue my schooling, but I came to the realization, I was really torn between, continuing going to classes or sticking with, kind of this opportunity I had. I said, well, I've got to, kind of follow this opportunity. I feel like I'm learning more on a day-to-day basis than I would anywhere else. So I stuck with it, and a few years later, the company was bought by Google. So I kind of had an in there. They brought me on full time, and I've been with Google ever since. And now I'm with Google X. So now I work in a machine shop, and I work on a lot of the prototypes that we're building at Google X. So it's right at the forefront of technology, getting to see the new exciting things and helping to contribute my own ideas to that.